I call in the Colorado Springs weather reports and report.
Good morning. Good morning. Can you hear me okay? Okay, welcome to the Redmond Fire Department promotional ceremony. This is a new tradition that we started about a year ago. And promotions in the fire department are very important. We want to make sure that we recognize the people for the hard work that they've done to get promoted. And they had to go through a rigorous testing process. They competed with their peers, and the people that are going to be before you this morning are those people that ended up top on the list, the ones that we think are the ones that are going to carry out the values of the city of Redmond and the Redmond Fire Department. And so to the families, thank you so much for supporting them. We know that without your support, that this wouldn't be possible. You have done a tremendous job helping us along the way in developing these people, because we know that they come to the fire department with values instilled in them that line up with the city's values. And so today we have a program. We want to recognize them and celebrate them for the hard work that they put into this promotional process. But I want to talk a little bit about the Redmond Fire Department. In September of 2013, I came here and was very impressed with the organization, with the people in the organization. And for me, it felt like I was starting over again, because the same values that I saw in my old department, I saw in the people in the city of Redmond. And so it was almost like coming into a department, working in a different part of the organization that I worked in before. We have some outstanding people that exhibit these characteristics every day. One of the things that we're very proud of, when you look at the city of Redmond and you compare our department to any other department in the region, in cardiac arrest survival, we have one of the highest rates of survival, not only in the city, not only in the county of King County, not only in the state, but in the world. And that's because we have dedicated professionals that go out every day and they do their job over and over again and to do the best for the community. Since arriving here, we've had several ceremonies where we had people that suffered from a cardiac arrest event to come back into the fire station and thank the firefighters and the paramedics for what they have done. Just the other day, we had a 4-year-old with his family that was able to come back into the fire station after having an emergency at a pool. He was swimming with his family, went underneath the water. One of the citizens identified that there was an emergency, pulled the kid out of the pool, started CPR. Our people arrived on scene, was able to transport him to the hospital, and about 3 weeks, a month later, he's back at the fire station, meeting the person that saved his life and meeting the firefighters that were there to help and assist. And so in the city of Redmond, those are the things that we want our people to do on a regular and daily basis. And this is not about pay. This is about values. This is about valuing life. And we know that the mission of the fire department is to protect life and property, and we don't take that with a grain of salt. That's what we come in and do every day. Our decision-making priority, the first thing that we consider when making decisions, what's best for the mission? What's best for the citizens of Redmond in the areas that we serve? And those are the things that drive us every day to come to work, put our uniforms on, put our gear on the trucks, and respond to emergencies. And our goal is to answer the questions when we respond to emergencies. The fire department is called the fire department, but there's so much more that we do. If a citizen needs help at their home after being transported to the hospital for the emergency, we tell the company officers, answer the questions, solve the problems, because customer service is big for the citizens of Redmond. And for us, that's what we live and we breathe by. And so we want to answer the questions, provide a great service when we respond to an emergency, because when people call 911, they don't get a choice as to who responds. They get us every single time. And how dare we not be at our best when we respond to emergencies. So thank you for being here this morning. I want to recognize some VIPs in our audience. We have Commissioners Pete Lucarelli, Councilmember Hank Myers, and one of our newest Public Safety Advisory Board members, Ms. Sharon Brocker. And also, we're in the process of hiring a new employee. Gus, would you please stand? Gus is a new business analyst for the fire department. He's going to help us manage the data in the fire department to look at all the things that we do to make good decisions about our resources. And before I turn it over to the mayor, I want to acknowledge Don DeLoach. Don is the person that's responsible for putting together this promotional ceremony. and also keeping me in line, which is not an easy job. Thank you, Don, for everything that you do. And next, I'll turn it over to the greatest mayor in the state of Washington and in the United States. And I'm not saying that just for job security. He's an amazing man, and it's been a pleasure to work with him.
Thank you. Chief Smith's performance review was a couple months ago, so I don't know why he did that. But I want to welcome the family and friends that are here today to mark this important day. Promotion is a thing that is open and competitive now. I was so pleased to see how many people applied for promotion, how high the quality of candidates were, and how that gave Chief Smith the ability to choose what he thought was the best fit and the best people for our organization. Doesn't mean if you came in second, you're bad. It just means we have people who want to step forward, who want to lead, and who want to continue making Redmond a great place to live, work, and play. So families, thank you for coming out and recognizing your firefighter. I think it's important. They need to have family support to do their job. They need to have support when they're in the bunker. They need to have support on the field. But they also need to be able to come home and have a place that's safe for them also. So thank you for your support of your firefighters. And to those who are being promoted today, congratulations. Your talent has been apparent, and we're glad to be able to recognize that in this promotion ceremony today. Congratulations, and I look forward to working with all of you.
Okay, next we're going to do the oath of office, and we'll start with the groups. First, we'd like to have Fire Marshal Todd Short please come up. Todd, please raise your right hand. And when I say I, state your name. I,
Todd Short,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
to do the best of my duties as a fire marshal for the city of Redmond,
to do to the best of my abilities as the fire marshal of the city of Redmond,
to do the best of my ability
to do the best of my ability,
to treat my colleagues with respect
to treat my colleagues with respect
and dignity,
and dignity,
to serve the citizens of Redmond
to serve the citizens of Redmond
with compassion, courage,
courage,
and integrity, to uphold the rules and regulations
to uphold the rules and regulations
of the Redmond Fire Department,
of the Redmond Fire Department,
and to enforce the laws and ordinances
and to enforce the laws and ordinances
and constitutions
and constitutions
of the United States of America,
of the United States of America,
the state of Washington,
the state of Washington,
and the city of Redmond.
and the city of Redmond.
Congratulations, Todd. Next, we have Battalion Chief Tom Langton. Please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, Tom Langton, do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
to do my duties as a Battalion Chief
to do my duties as a battalion chief
for the city of Redmond
for the city of Redmond
to the best of my ability,
to the best of my ability,
to treat my colleagues,
to treat my colleagues,
commanding officers,
and
the firefighters I'm assigned to lead
the firefighters I'm assigned to lead
with respect and dignity,
with respect and dignity,
to serve the city of Redmond
to serve the city of Redmond
with compassion, courage, and integrity,
courage, and integrity,
to uphold the rules and regulations
to uphold the rules and regulations
of the Redmond Fire Department
of the Redmond Fire Department
and the laws and constitutions
and the laws and constitutions
of the United States of America,
of the United States of America,
the state of Washington,
the state of Washington,
and the city of Redmond.
and the city of Redmond.
Congratulations, Tom.
Thank you, Chief.
Next, we'll have the captain group. Please, captains, come up. Towel, please. Okay, please raise your right hand, and when I say I, state your name. I do solemnly swear to do my duty as fire captain for the city of Redmond to the best of my ability, to treat my colleagues and commanding officers and the firefighters I'm assigned to lead with respect and dignity, to serve the citizens of the city of Redmond, with compassion, courage, and integrity, and to uphold the rules and regulations of the Redmond Fire Department and the laws and constitutions of the United States of America, the state of Washington, and the city of Redmond. Congratulations. Paramedics, I'm okay. Okay, could we have the lieutenant groups, please? Okay, please raise your right hand, and when I say I, state your name. I do solemnly swear to do my duty as lieutenant for the city of Redmond to the best of my ability, to treat my colleagues, commanding officers, and the firefighters I'm assigned to lead with respect and dignity, to serve the citizens of the city of Redmond with compassion, courage, and integrity, and to uphold the rules and regulations of the Redmond Fire Department and the laws and constitutions of the United States of America, the state of Washington, and the city of Redmond. Congratulations. Okay, next, driver engineers. Please raise your right hand. When I say I, state your name. I do solemnly swear to do my duties as driver engineer for the city of Redmond to the best of my ability, to treat my colleagues and commanding officers with respect and dignity, to serve the citizens of the city of Redmond with compassion, to uphold the rules and regulations of the Redmond Fire Department and the laws and constitutions of the United States of America, the state of Washington, and the city of Redmond. Congratulations. And next, to add a personal touch to this, we're going to talk a little bit about each one of the people that are being promoted. We asked them to send in a bio to us, and we're going to read and tell you about some of their accomplishments as firefighters in the city of Redmond. And I'd like to introduce Chief Brown. And before I give the microphone to Chief Brown came to us about 14 months ago, and tomorrow is his last day. And I've worked with Chief Brown for 33 years.
Worked for me. Then.
I worked with Chief Brown for 33 years. And the story about Chief Brown, we worked together in another city, and I was his deputy chief back in that city. And when I came up here, about 6 months after being up here, I asked him to come up and help me to get some things that we wanted to change and get some things moving. And he was so gracious to come up. Chief Brown has a family, a wife, and a 15-year-old daughter back in Colorado Springs that he left to come up. In life, you meet people that you treasure as friends. Chief Brown is more than a friend for me. He's a brother. When I entered the fire service as a young man at 23 years old, this was one of the guys that was my mentor. I worked at the fire station with him when I was a new firefighter. When I became a paramedic, he was my preceptor. When I became a lieutenant, we worked together as lieutenants in the training division. When I became a captain, he mentored me through that. When I became a battalion chief, we worked on the same shift. And when he promoted to deputy chief, the chief at the time promoted me to deputy, and so we worked together. And when Chief Brown became chief of the Colorado Springs Fire Department, he asked me to be his deputy chief. And serving with him over the last several years has been a pleasure and an honor. This guy has been in the fire service for 34 years, and the one thing that I was impressed by Chief Brown is his courage, his passion, and his energy. On day one, I saw this in this individual, and 34 years later, 24 years later, it hasn't slacked off at all. And I wondered as a young man watching him back in Colorado Springs, where does he get his energy from? What inspires him to come in every day and do what he does on a regular basis and for the good of the citizens of Redmond? And this guy truly is someone who epitomizes what it means to be a professional firefighter. He comes to work every day. He doesn't ask for anything extra. He doesn't ask what can we do for him. He's asking what can we do better for the community of Redmond. And so I just want to say thank you to Chief Brown for the time that you've given me, not just here in Redmond, but the last 24, 25 years. And we're going to miss you. So thank you.
Thanks, Tommy. You know, there was a common theme there that, if you noticed it, and I'm going to make light of it for a second, that I promoted before he did on every test, thank God. Because nobody flew through the ranks faster than Tommy Smith in Colorado Springs. And the joke there was, he claims to have been a paramedic, but I mean, I don't even know if he had attended a patient, because as soon as he made paramedic, he made lieutenant. So there, I said it the final time.
Okay, I'll take
Go ahead. Go ahead. So, all right, let's start with Todd Short. Come on up, Todd. Todd was hired back in 1993. Todd has been a fire prevention specialist, and he has an associate's degree in that venue. He was appointed to fire inspector in 1996 and promoted to assistant fire marshal in 1999. Excuse me, appointed to provisional deputy chief 2013 to 2014, provisional fire marshal in 2014 until today, and recently received a lean green belt certification in April 2015. Todd's been married for 20 years to his lovely wife Denise. They have a son Kyle and a daughter Ashley. Let me say this about Todd. When we interviewed Todd for the fire marshal position, it was myself and former Commander Hagreen. Thanks, Chief Gibson, for allowing him to be part of that. You know, it was pretty baffling when I sat there and interviewed you about the kind of work that you have done in the Bureau, as well as the different certifications. I remember when you walked out, I looked over at Commander Hagreen and I thought, is there anything in that division that he hasn't done? Which is a tribute to you to be committed to the division all the way to the point to being now the leader of the division. And so, Todd, you're a great attribute to the division as well as the organization. So at this point, we'll do the formal piece.
Okay. No. So Todd, pleased to present you with your badge of promotion. Congratulations. Thank you for your service to Redmond and your continued service. I'll give that to your left hand and shake your right. Thank you. And the chief has your oath to sign.
That's obviously the most important piece, is called the PAN, signing of the PAN. So. Ladies and gentlemen, Fire Marshal Todd Short. Tom Langton. This is a little lengthy. Thank you. Not at all, not at all. It's a tribute to you. Tom was hired April 25th of 1990. Tom has a degree in construction management from Washington State University, a degree in business administration and finance from Washington State University, and is certified in fire command administration with honors at Bellevue Community College. Tom was promoted to driver in 1993, lieutenant 2002. He was the Redmond Fire Department Public Educator PIO from 2004 to 2005. He was promoted to captain in 2009. Tom served 14 years on FEMA, Washington Task Force 1, USART team. He was deployed to the World Trade Center in 2001. Tom also served 10 years as a technician on the East Side Hazmat team. Technician certifications in, I could go on this one, but I think we cut it down on purpose. Confined space, trench rescue, rope and structural collapse, on and on and on. Tom is the epitome of credentialing and certifications, as well as every other post that he's held. He's been a 20-year CBT and DFIB instructor. He served 10 years as a CPR instructor, served 4 years as the department liaison facilitator for the construction of that beautiful Fire Station 17. Tom has been married to his lovely wife, Jan, for 12 years and looking forward to at least 48 more. They have 3 children at home, Peter, Kelsey, and Matthew. Their son, Leif, is currently serving in the U.S. Navy in San Diego. They also have a 2-year-old German Shepherd that thinks he's one of the kids. Tom enjoys building construction projects, especially other people's, photography, camping, scouting, coaching his kids' sports teams, and watching his daughter dance in ballets. After serving in the Redmond community for 25 years and living here for 24, Tom still looks forward to coming to work every shift. He says, quote, "It is truly an honor and a privilege to serve the community as a member of the fire service along such an amazing group of folks." Nicely done, Tom. The formal piece.
My pleasure to present you with your badge and your bugles. Congratulations, Tom.
Thank you, Mayor. Appreciate that very much.
Chief Smith, are we going to have the family member come in and pin him now? Okay. Mrs. Langton, I assume? Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Battalion Chief Tom Langton. Drew DeFazio. Drew was hired in 1995. Drew has a degree in a double major in English literature and psychology. And I got to tell you, I met every night with the assessors that we had flown in here for all 3 of those tests, and every night I got a snapshot of all the candidates for lieutenant, captain, and battalion chief. And one that stuck out, well, I'll say it also about Mr. Langton, Chief Langton, is that some of the assessors' comments on some of our candidates were pretty specific, but I don't know a lot of them that well, but some of them I do know, this one and this one very well. And so the reality is they were like, boy, that guy Tom, he referred to notes 25 years ago. And I'm like, that's Tom Langton. I mean, and that guy has got stuff that's put back in the vault from many, many years ago. But when it came to Drew, there were 2 things that they mentioned about Drew was that he's very data-driven. Of all the folks in Redmond that know Drew, I think are smiling. He's very data-driven. And some of the people problems that you're facing in these testing scenarios, he wouldn't just come in and say, this is what we're going to do. He would want to drill down into the why. Why is somebody acting the way they're acting? And it was interesting because we walked out, I thought, well, if you look at his background and the degree that he's been credentialed in, it obviously made sense. So Drew was promoted to driver in 2001 and made lieutenant in 2007. Drew's been married to 19 years to the lovely Brandy. Sorry, Brandy. We were just over the house the other night for dinner. Thank you. Some of the best Italian food I've ever had in my life. Son Alex and Tyler, met those 2 as well. 2 really, really nice young men. But let me say this about Drew. I got here 13, 14 months ago, and Chief Tommy said, look, there's somebody you want to meet very quickly if we're going to start to turn some things around and develop dashboards and balanced scorecards. It's Drew DeFazio. And so we worked and continue to work Drew very, very hard, so much so that I would send something to him, unbeknownst to me, he would reply back. The last time he did it, he was in Italy with his wife on vacation. I said, Drew, stop. Stop it. Your wife is going to kill me when she gets back because it'll wait till you get back. But that's the kind of dedication that this young man has shown to the organization, and we are tickled, obviously, to see you take it to the next level. So, Drew, it's time for the formal piece.
Congratulations, Captain. Here's your badge.
Thank you, Mayor.
And your bugle.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Good job, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, Captain Drew DeFazio. Congratulations. Gary Anderson. Gary was hired May 10th, 1995. Gary has an associate's degree in Fire Command Administration. Gary was moved into the Inspection Bureau and was a fire inspector from 1999 to 2001. He was promoted to lieutenant in 2008. He is a member of the labor contract negotiations team. Gary's been married for 17 years to Missy, have 3 daughters and 1 grandson. You know, again, when I got here, I didn't really have a chance to work too much with Gary, but I do know that he's called the scheduler for his shift and the kind of go-to guy. Chief Norton has talked about Gary as being his superstar on his shift since the day I got here. So obviously, Gary, you're a dedicated individual, and this is a great time for you. So time for your formal piece.
Congratulations, Gary. Pleased to present you your badge and your bugles. Congratulations.
I think so.
Ladies and gentlemen, Captain Gary Anderson. Melissa Irish. Melissa was hired December 31st, 1992. She has an associate's degree in business from North Seattle Community College back in 2013. And get this, she's going to receive a bachelor's degree in business Monday, June 15th? June 15th. Congratulations on that. She was an inspector from 1996 to 2000. She was promoted to driver engineer 2006, promoted to lieutenant 2009. She's always been a hazmat team member. Let me say this about Melissa. I'm a huge fan, not just because you ride Harley Davidsons, but the reality is your laugh is the most infectious laugh I think I've ever heard in my life. And so you're a solid employee from the time that I've been here. Some of the things that you don't hesitate to bring up, pound table respectfully, and ask questions that you should be asking. And so I am just incredibly proud of you and what you've accomplished. And she also has said, but now that she's got her degree, that she wants to be part of more of a process within the organization about evaluation processes and so forth. And I know that Melody is in the throes of working through that as well. But there is some serious capacity with Melissa Irish within the organization. So Melissa's been with her partner Veronica since 2004. So now the formal part.
Congratulations, Melissa. It's been a pleasure following your career and
Thank you, Mayor.
be here for this next step. Here are your badges.
Thank you.
And your bugle.
Thank you so
It's a
much.
pleasure.
Appreciate it.
There you go, man.
Good job. Proud of you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Captain Melissa Irish. Todd, come on down. Todd Morrison, come on down. This is a very interesting bio on Todd. Todd was hired in 2007 with Redmond. Todd has a bachelor's degree in biology from Pacific Lutheran University. Todd previously worked for Glendale, Arizona Fire Department. Wait, there's more. Todd previously worked for Columbia, South Carolina Fire Department. Two very large departments, so obviously Todd's been around the fire service for quite some time. This is Todd's first promotion. Todd is married to Natasha, has 3 kids, 2 sons and a daughter, all under the age of 5½. And, you know, I see Todd a lot in the morning at Station 11, and he's kind of a quiet, reserved, I think, introspective person, but clearly talking to the assessors when they were here, a couple of them said, hands down, that this guy's very, very deceiving because of the appearance of introversion, but tremendous background, tremendous history and experience. So we always talk about, well, how long has he been on? Well, that doesn't apply to Todd because Todd's been around the block for a long time. So Todd, great job. So you want to have somebody come up after the mayor? Okay.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
I will help. I will, that's good. Let me open this for you. Here is the badge. You're welcome.
Careful with this.
And here's your bugle.
Thank you.
Congratulations, sir.
Ladies and gentlemen, Lieutenant Todd Morrison. Congrats to you and your family, Todd. Brian Yoon. You know, here's another one that completely surprised me. When we were interviewing, we interviewed 13 people in 2 days, Chief Tommy and I, for Lieutenant Captain and Battalion Chief, and this is the one that I'm still struggling to believe. When Brian came in and said he'd been on 18 years with RFD, I remember looking over at Chief Tommy going, I got to see proof. I just don't, I thought he was a 7-8 year person with the organization. Been on since 1997. I mean, absolutely floored me that you'd been on that long. All I remember about you a lot of times was every morning I knew that you were on duty for a specific reason, because the smell of pancakes would permeate throughout the whole headquarters. So Brian has a degree in civil engineering, a bachelor's degree at University of Washington. This is Brian's first promotion. Obviously, he's got a lot of history and a lot of background. I got to tell you, some of the questions that we asked the candidates during the interview process, they were intended, this was a rule of 3 interview to follow civil service procedures. They were meant to be a little pushing, a little telling in those interview questions, and I tell you what, not knowing Brian as I think I do some of the other candidates that came through, I was very, very impressed with the way you presented yourself as a soon-to-be today leader in the organization. Brian's been married to Bo for over 11 years with 2 sons, Elijah 8 and Jonah 6. Nice work.
Congratulations. I present you with your badge and your bugle.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Sound good? Congratulations. 611.
Ladies and gentlemen, Lieutenant Ryan Yoon. Dan Hager. Dan was hired March 1st, 1996. Dan's working on his working towards his Fire Command Administration degree. Dan's been an acting driver for this organization for 15 years. He's been an acting officer for 4 years. This is Dan's first promotion. Dan has the dubious honor of this last week and a half coming in and interviewing one day for driver engineer and coming in the next day interviewing for lieutenant. So a great honor to have, to be able to be a promotable candidate for both positions. While he respects driver engineer immensely, when the question was posed by Chief Tommy, which one, I think you all know the answer to that. Again, that's not anything at driver engineer. It's just that the ultimate goal you had said from day one was to be an officer. And so this is a great day for you and your family. Dan's been married to Melissa for 16 years. They have two daughters, Elise and Scarlett. Dan's hobbies include coaching youth soccer, camping, vacationing in Hawaii, I know, and home improvement projects. Dan is also currently working on collecting historical fire memorabilia for the department, the formal part.
Congratulations, Dan. Present you with your badge and your bugle.
Sign date. Thanks, sir. Good job.
Ladies and gentlemen, Lieutenant Dan Hager. Bill Preby. Bill was hired April 25th, 1990. Bill's real close to getting his fire science degree, and I expect that to continue on into the bachelor's degree. We've had this conversation. Bill was promoted to driver in 1994. He's been a hazmat team member for 7 years. He's also a member of the bicycle EMS team. Bill has been married to Janice for over 18 and a half years. They have two daughters, Kayla and Carly, 17 and 15 respectively, and Kaiser, 100 pounds of attitude in a 7-pound Yorkie frame. I thought that was impressive. Bill's hobbies include hunting, fishing, camping with his family, pretty much anything outdoors. This is a pretty tender moment here. When I read this, this is unique. So it's surprising that it's coming from you, quite frankly, from the way I know you. Bill would like to thank his family for the encouragement, support, and the help to study long and hard every single day. He also thanks everyone in RFD that kept him in line, and helped him stay positive and focused on the goal of today. Very nicely done, Bill. So the formal piece.
Congratulations, Bill.
Thank you.
Present you with your badge and your bugle. Thank you for your service.
Sign. Yes. Sign date as well.
Congratulations.
Good job.
Lieutenant Bill Preby. Congratulations. Jeff Seamers. Jeff was hired February 12th of 2003. Jeff has a bachelor's degree in kinesiology from Washington State University. Now it all makes sense. For 14 months, I've been peppered by this guy by saying, why don't you and Chief Tommy do functional workouts instead of just the ego-driven bench pressing and curling? To the very last day of last week, he's like, it's not functional. Well, now it makes sense. Now it absolutely has come full circle. This is Jeff's first promotion. Jeff will be married to Jeanette. 12 years this July. They have 2 children, Caden and Elizabeth. His hobbies include fishing, hiking, and CrossFit. I got to tell you, from everything I've heard about this individual, from everybody that works with you, because I see a lot of the folks at 11s more than I do the other stations, you are just incredibly well thought of. I mean, that are just a real solid person that comes to work and gives his best. So I'm very proud of you. I'm proud of everybody, obviously, but because I see you the most, and you're the most critical of Chief Tommy and I about other things, but I'm so happy for you and your family. So it's the formal part.
Jeff, congratulations.
Thank you.
Here is your fire engine and your badge.
Sign date, please. Good job, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, driver engineer, Jeff Seamers. Peter Conway. Pete was hired December 31st, 1992. This is what's interesting. Pete's been a certified relief driver for over 20 years. For over 20 years, he stepped up to the plate every time that the promoted driver was off. He got credentialed to do that and has been doing it for almost a quarter of a century. I got to tell you, that's experience 101, Pete. So this is Pete's first promotion. Pete's is our PPE, our protective personal equipment expert. He, for the past 6 years, he helps coordinate an annual budget of about $130,000 a year to make sure that everybody sitting in this room has the best and the most state-of-the-art, up-to-date equipment relative to structural firefighting gear. So Pete's our lead and has been our lead for that for the last 6 years. Pete's been married to Connie for 19 years. They have a daughter, Megan, and a son, Zach. Nice job.
Congratulations, Pete.
Thank you.
Sent you with your pin, your fire engine pin, and your badge, and you don't have to wait 20 years for the next promotion. You don't want. Congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
Sign here, date. Thank you, sir. Good job, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, driver engineer, Pete Conway.
Come on.
Congrats, Pete.
Okay, again, thank you for coming out today, and I would be remiss if I didn't recognize some other important people in the audience. Chief Gibson from our police department, please stand. And earlier we had our HR director, Melody Mathis, in the audience with us. Again, thank you for coming out and celebrating with us the promotion of some fantastic people in the organization. And Chief Norton Langton has a presentation that he would like to make, and once we are done with that presentation, please join us for some refreshments. Chief Langton?
Good morning. I stand before you this morning on behalf of the Redmond Firefighters Union, IAFF Local 2829. I want to take a moment to recognize a consummate fire service professional who, after retiring and serving an entire career, he started out as a firefighter in Colorado Springs, served 33 years, rising through the ranks to the fire chief of that organization. And after retiring to spend time with his family, he came up here in the true fire service manner of helping a brother. When his brother, Chief Smith, was in need, he answered the call. So I'd like Chief Brown to come join me up here. We want to take a moment to recognize the impact this gentleman has had on our organization. We have gone through a period of transition over a number of years. And recently, with the arrival of Chief Smith, we've started down a little bit different path. Chief Smith needed an ally to help solidify some things, and he called on his brother, Chief Brown. And Chief Brown left his daughter and his wife, something I cannot possibly imagine being able to do. But he did because a brother was in need. And that's what the fire service is about. He epitomizes service. And he served a community down south for an entire career. But when the call came, he willingly came to our community, Redmond, to serve here. And he has worked tirelessly for the last 14 months to help start new programs and to advance this organization so that we are truly the service organization that this community deserves. So, on behalf of the Redmond Firefighters Union, we want to recognize this brother, this fire service leader, for the impact that he has had on our local community and his willingness to step away from his family on a temporary basis to help us get started in a solid direction. Chief Brown, thank you.
Thank you. Wow. Class. That's class, brother. That's class.
Thank you.
Nice. Wow. Wow.
Thank you. 60 words.
Okay.
Thanks, Larry. Thank you for coming out.
This is nice. You know, first of all, Tom, this is way nice. I got to tell you, this is obviously unexpected. You know, when we went through the interviews, I got to tell you, that night, we went 2 days with interviews. I remember Tommy and I walked out both nights and said, boy, Tommy, I'll say it, these cats are spooled up. I mean, you know, you got a good group of people that are on deck that are saying, you know, let's roll. Let's move this organization to the next level. And so it's going to help a lot with Gus sitting back there that's going to be very, very knee-deep into a data-driven organization. Because when the big guy, the mayor, says, hey, I need to know why you're doing this and why you're not doing this, we can't talk emotionally. We've got to talk factually. So the whole dashboard systems and the balance scorecards, I know some of you all go crazy over doing that. It's going to be a lot easier once Gus is on board. But, yeah, you're poised. You're absolutely poised. The organization's ready to roll. I think you guys, I've seen it when the horn goes off. You know, you're taking care of Mrs. Smith. Tommy talked about earlier about the paramedic program up here as being, you know, second to none, but it happens because of what you all do. So, Tom, this is way, way nice, unexpected. Obviously, I love the hat on your daughter there. It's pretty cool. But thank you all very much. This is your day, obviously. You guys, all you needed was, you know, some new vision and some new leadership and support and great people in great positions. So thank you. Appreciate it.
No, that's it. Okay, that's it. Please enjoy the refreshments.